It all started a year ago when I got a new job. I have to admit I'm quite a gamer, so when I saw the ad in the paper, I called them immediately. Wanted, video game player. It turned out the offer wasn't that simple. Yes, my job was to play video games, but all day long, 15 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days in total. I'd have 8 hours to sleep and a half hour in the morning and in the evening to eat and shower. No days off, no vacation. Take it or leave it. It scared me, and I was reluctant to agree. But then the employer told me my yearly salary, and I was in. If I did it for a year, I'd never have to work again. So I decided to give it a try. Day 1. They said I'd work and live in some sort of office, and I'd have everything I need. At 8 a.m., I arrived at the address. The place was huge and beautiful. A woman met me and took me to my room, a dark room in the back of the house. It had a huge TV with a game station, speakers, and controllers. There was a comfortable couch, a table, and a bathroom. It looked like a gamer's paradise. I was going to stay there for a whole year, probably never even leave the room. According to the schedule, my day had to start at 8 a.m. I had half an hour to take a shower and eat the breakfast delivered to my room. At 8:30, I had to start playing. Well, working. Every day, the system would generate a gaming selection according to my employer's requirements and make me follow them. There were some snacks on the side table to eat if I got hungry, without interrupting my game. I also got a 10-minute break every 5 hours to go to the bathroom and exercise. At 11:30 p.m., the system shut down, and I got my dinner and shower time. Midnight till 8 a.m., sleep. Well, it seemed pretty easy and straightforward, and I was crazy excited. Exactly at 8:30, my first game started. The first 8 hours flew by in the blink of an eye. I wanted to exercise a little, but I had to wait another 2 hours before my 10-minute break. By the end of the day, my neck started to hurt a little, but it didn't matter. After getting some snacks, I kept playing for another 2 hours before I got my well-deserved break. 10 minutes was actually enough to fully recover and get back to my game for the remaining 5 hours. To be honest, it was one of the best days of my life. My dream had come true. I could play all day long, make a lot of money, and no one would bug me. Day 2. A piercing siren woke me up. I had to clasp my hands over my ears while I looked for some kind of off switch. The noise was unbearable. Finally, I figured out that I had to get up, walk to the TV, and press a button on it. To my relief, it worked. Okay, figured that one out. I went to take a shower, and when I was done, breakfast was served. By 8:30, I was ready and excited for my second day, and life had another surprise for me. When I saw the schedule for the day, I almost screamed. I was going to be playing a brand new game that hadn't even been released yet. It was just too exciting. I was sure I had the best job on the planet. Day 4. Today was a little bit harder. I got blisters on my fingers and I had to bandage them. Playing 15 hours straight was a little hard and I needed an extra break. I tried to cheat and take a short pause after the first 3 hours, but it didn't work. As soon as I hit pause and put the controller down, the system went crazy. It didn't turn off until I picked up the controller and started to play again. Okay, no pauses, got it. Day 15. I had to bandage my hands as well as my fingers. Now I constantly have blurry eyes and can't see straight anymore. And my legs feel like jelly. I keep reminding myself to move around as much as possible, but I'm always way too tired. What if I forget how to walk? Yesterday I fell asleep right after work. I didn't even eat. I just fell asleep. But my sleep hasn't really been that restful recently. In my dreams, I'm always racing, playing soccer, building houses out of cubes, fighting battles, and searching for objects. My job is haunting me, and it feels like I work 24 hours a day, not 15. Morning came. The siren woke me up, but the only thing I wanted to do was sleep. And what I'd do for a normal dream like a normal person? 350 days to go. Tonight, before bed, I have to come up with a plan, something to make my life as normal as possible. I can't go on like this anymore. Day 32. 1 month down, my first small victory. I'm more organized, and I managed to come up with a nice system that keeps me from going crazy. I try to play standing up as much as possible and move around when I can. I spend all my breaks outside, enjoying the fresh air and doing vision exercises. I still have blurry and itchy eyes, though. And the bad news? Today I realized that I'm seeing things, video game things. They're creeping into my actual life. I was in the shower last night and I saw a car crash right in front of me. I totally lost it, but it's not real. It's not real. To make things worse, I'm starting to imagine that I'm actually a video game character. Strength, 70. Intelligence, 90. Health, 50. Day 100. Being active was a good idea, but now I think I have serious sleep disorder. I can't sleep well, and I never get enough rest. I feel like I'm turning into, well, I don't even know anymore. I'm getting so tired, I don't even have the energy to exercise. I haven't been doing my workouts for a week now, and whenever I'm on the couch, I can't feel my legs. Well, at least I walk to the bathroom and back 2 times a day, so my legs aren't totally shot. That's something, at least. I don't remember not having all of my body hurt. It hurts all the time, but somehow I got used to it. My wrists, my neck, my back, everything hurts. I constantly have headaches. Health, 30. Day 260. I'm having trouble getting to the bathroom these days. I can barely walk a couple of steps because my legs just don't move. And I feel like I never leave the game. It's my life now. Even if I'm on break, the games are all around me. My real life is just a crazy mix of all the games I've been playing. Today I saw a chest on the table. I'd never seen it before, so I wanted to see what was inside. I was trying to grab it for ages, and I realized it wasn't real. It was just in my head. I think I've doubled in size because now I need double the time on the couch that I used to. Health, 20. Day 366. For the first time, no siren. The woman woke me up at 11 a.m., handed me my paycheck, and said I should go. The number on the paycheck was truly impressive, but I didn't even have enough strength to be happy. I can't believe it's over. I did it. Planes crashed down right in front of me, but I'm so used to it that I don't even pay attention. With my diamond sword in my hand, I waddle to the bathroom, crushing everything in my way because I've gotten way too big for this little room. My pals are on a mission to capture some castle, but that's not my quest anymore. They're not even real, are they? To be honest, I'm not even sure what's real anymore. The woman takes me down the stairs to the front door. When I step outside, my eyes seal shut. Sunlight. So bright I can't see a thing. The woman gives me a pair of sunglasses, and I'm on my way. I see people and other weird creatures running around, cars driving, and cubed sheep grazing past me. It takes all my energy. But I get to a taxi and, finally, head home. So, now I'm rich and super unhealthy. I guess I'll need the rest of my life to recover from this marathon. And I'm never playing video games again.
The debate around how good or bad video games are for us has been going on for years. Ever since games like Pong and Tetris, some people have claimed that video games are bad for us. But fear not, gamers, it turns out that playing them is really no different than going to the gym. It's just a workout for your mind instead of your muscles. Games just seem like fun, but they also increase gray matter. The gray matter in your brain is the part of your central nervous system and essentially controls all your brain's function. These include regions of the brain involved in muscle control and sensory perception, such as memory, hearing, seeing, emotions, speech, decision-making, and self-control. Basically, all the most important things. It makes sense to keep this part of the brain healthy because it will lead to faster thought processes and improvements in general well-being and quality of life. At the University of Rochester in New York, researchers found that playing video games increased the player's sensitivity to things going on around them. Playing action games compared to slower games increased the performance in visualization tests by 25%. This benefit doesn't just make them better at playing video games, it improves a wide variety of general skills that can help with everyday life, like driving or finding your friends in a crowd. This in no way means that you get to sit in front of your console or PC and play for hours or days on end to get smarter. It just means that those who still like to immerse themselves in a game or fantasy world no longer need to feel guilty about sitting back and playing. If setting goals in life seems tough, it might be time to look at video games for this very reason. People who've played video games know how to track their own growth because everything is measured in the game. You'll have experience points, levels, goals, and objectives. All of this information needs processing, so it teaches us to track progress and form our own goals. In a lot of games, there are daily quests. If you miss a day, you don't get those rewards. This makes gamers integrate these tasks into their daily lives. Some of the very best gamers create a structure of small habits or routines they perform each day that build over time. The satisfaction of getting that new skin you're after can lead to pushing through all the boring bits to get to that prize. There might have been a time when you would draw in the phone book while talking to your friends on the phone for hours, just looking for something to do. Although people might be more physically isolated now, games allow them to still have engaging experiences with their friends and family. They're spending as much time with their friends, but getting much more out of it. In this case, the headset is key. Online gaming allows people to engage with so many people from all over the world, all over one particular game they enjoy. You'll likely hear all kinds of people in all sorts of languages, which helps to build communication skills. This is particularly true for people with difficulty spending time with others in person, like friends who live on the other side of the country or even in a different one. This unconventional method of communication helps to build the skills and confidence necessary to interact with people in real time. This might save you if you're feeling shy or don't know how to start a conversation face-to-face. If enhancing your memory is important to you, then video games should be at the top of your list. You're required to listen to instructions, which might only be provided at the beginning, and remember them throughout the entire game. Mastering the keys on your keyboard or buttons on a controller helps you easily move your characters and objects in a game, to the point where it just becomes muscle memory. This helps improve your memory and dexterity. Learning something while playing video games might make you groan. We often just want to drive that car, build that house, or go into that battle as fast as possible. But there's a good chance you'll pick up a few things along the way. No, not the stats on that orc on level 17, and it's a weakness to fire potions. Early on, developers realized that video games could be used for much more than improving reading or math skills for people. Today, some games incorporate cooking, economics, world history, politics, science, literature, architecture, and other topics you may not have easy access to. Many use actual historical events to drive their stories. With so much that's happened in the world, it makes sense to use those ideas too. History can come alive to a player participating in the game. These can spark an interest in learning more about specific periods of time, historical figures, and the universe itself. Start playing a game with dinosaurs, and before you know it, you'll be learning all about them on the internet. Action games are very fast-paced. The character might be running and dodging attacks coming from all angles while glancing at a map to make sure they're going the right way. With peripheral images and events popping up and disappearing all the time, it's not as easy as it sounds. All these factors need to be taken into account, and that's why playing more of the same game helps with the brain's reaction time with our fingers and hands. Those repetitive actions and thoughts stimulate connections between brain cells, creating neural pathways between different parts of your brain. The more you practice a particular activity, the stronger that neural pathway becomes. That's the structural basis of learning. Doing anything repetitively physically changes the brain. With time and effort, you get better at the specific task you're practicing, whether it's evading and building in a video game or hitting a baseball out of the park. Physical activity and gaming aren't things that usually work together, unless you can jog on the spot while hunting monsters. With the future of virtual reality, though, games might be able to make us more fit than the gym. Most major consoles now have the technology to get people moving and on their feet. There are now mobile games that can be played in the real world. They can help to create experiences that get you exploring your town or city, meeting up with friends, or searching for hidden treasures in secret spots. Using video games to explore your neighborhood or city is a great excuse to get out of the house for a few hours. Where will games take us next? Every person who has ever existed has one thing in common: aging. While getting older and wiser has its benefits, there's also a good number of reasons it isn't so fun. Just like maintaining a healthy exercise routine is good for you, our brain can also be kept in shape. Crosswords, board games, and even Sudoku are all brain-stimulating exercises. But video games just take our brain to the next level. While opening up new pathways of thought in your brain, the developers have ways no one would have ever thought possible to keep our brains sharp and adapting. Pretty much any task that requires thinking will help you exercise and sharpen your mind, and that includes video games. Don't sit too close to that TV or you'll get square eyes. Remember that old saying? Well, it's not great to sit close. Games can actually help improve your eyesight. Video gamers have better than average eyesight. Who would have thought staring at a screen can make you see better? A study performed by researchers from McMaster University found that playing video games could help improve eyesight. Games teach the brain to spot small details, follow movements, and spotlight changes. After training for over 40 hours in a month, most patients showed improvement in one or both eyes after playing an action video game. When someone asks why you're still playing that game, just tell them you're improving your eyesight. In multiplayer video games, players often have to team up with other players. Some games even need a designated leader. It's up to that team leader to communicate with other players, develop strategies, identify the team's strengths and weaknesses, and keep everyone focused on the goal. Players have to deal with immediate problems while keeping long-term goals at the front of their minds. These skills become finely tuned over time and adapting to multiple teams in different gaming environments and scenarios. In business, these are the same leadership skills that supervisors, managers, and CEOs have to have. Whether you're the leader or just a team member, you're gaining experience that can be applied to the real world of work. No one likes to hear that crushing failure moment, noting that all your effort is now gone. You might have to deal with starting the level again, losing all your points, trying to remember where you dropped your loot, and if you can even get back to it. Though it may not be a real-life danger, playing a video game raises the stakes by putting your character and all your progress on the line. Gamers quickly learn how to navigate the world they're in and get used to tackling the unknown. With video games, you either win or keep trying, learning from your mistakes as you progress until you reach the end goal. Because of this, video games can teach people to be more confident and to work towards their goals, treating each misstep as just another learning opportunity. Simple and easy-to-access video games can easily make you happier, cause relaxation, and even keep away the blues. Heck, everyone deserves to take a little time off for themselves. Video games give you a feeling of well-being, which is a human psychological need. Hey, don't feel guilty for enjoying yourself. With so many simple games to choose from, just jump on for a short time and significantly improve your mood. Start looking for a game that you can really enjoy and, most of all, have fun.
If you think about it, your life is a lot like a video game. You could say it's like a role-playing game most of all. All you need to do is add the right icons to your screen, like your health and energy bars. There's your inventory as well, with your phone, wallet, and keys in it. And of course, everyone's got a skill bar. But let's start from the very beginning. Even when you're a baby, the game difficulty is already set to hard. All your skills are at level 0, and your health bar is tiny, which is why you only sleep or eat most of the time to make sure it grows. When you reach level 1, you unlock the ability to walk. But the world map is still closed to you because there are lots of dangers you're just not ready for yet. It turns out this game has a really long demo mode called Childhood. Most game features are locked for now. Nearly all of your actions are set for you by your parents. They're like quest givers who help you gain the experience you need to make progress. Ignoring their instructions can make leveling up real tough. But if you're polite enough, they'll give you your first gold coins. As long as you're a child, you'll constantly be leveling up, but of course it takes a really long time. Your health and skill bars get bigger as you go to school. It's not the most exciting Magic Academy, but the students there still carry out quests and learn new abilities. Congratulations! You've reached level 18! Now we're really getting into this role-playing game. You're facing a classic video game choice. You have to select your character class and the skill path you like the most to help you conquer the world. While lots of games have different character classes, most of us end up being the same one in real life. The adventurer who travels the world doing different tasks to earn gold and experience. And you still have tons of quests to do. That's right, it's also time to leave behind the safe part of the map where you grew up. This unfamiliar world is a little like a dark forest full of enemies. The trouble is, the bad guys out there are sometimes hard to overcome. These monsters have names like responsibility, work, and money. They keep coming back even when you thought you'd finally learned how to deal with them. But if you didn't slack off at school, one day you'll overcome them all. Imagine you're in a restaurant and your date asks you if you like animals. You confidently reply, "I love cats." Your date sighs and says, "I'm more of a dog person." Quick, go to the menu, reload the checkpoint, and change your answer. Sorry, but you can't do that. Remember that this is one tough video game, and you're still playing on hard mode. This means that you only have one life. You can't just save and then go back if something goes wrong. Every decision and every action has consequences for you and the other players around you. But that just makes it more interesting. Interaction with other players is one of the most important parts of the game. But remember, you need to be a little careful here. The admins are a lot stricter than for other games. Breaking the rules and upsetting people could lead to a completely different game mode. And there isn't much to do in this version, except look at 4 walls and a grating on the window. On the plus side, the character customization in this game is fantastic. You can change your hairstyle and hair color, get tattoos and piercings, really anything you want. Oh, and the clothes? There's just no limit to the designer's imagination. With each new level you reach, you open up new abilities and new quests. You encounter tougher challenges, but get better rewards, like more gold or a bigger house. But there's one quest line that's really unique in this game. When you feel experienced enough, you can start a family and even create a new character. You'll transfer some of your skills to them and be their companion in the game until they're ready to go into the dark forest to fight the monsters on their own. You'll never get to control this character though. In this game, the plot isn't always about you. The AI does what it wants. There's a bunch of other stuff about this game that's really unusual as well. Let's take the graphics. They're just incredible, like Ultra HD. And the resolution is absolutely stunning. But the gameplay is pretty complicated compared to other games. You need to check your health bar all the time, build relationships with other characters, earn gold, and make sure you rest on time. But the story is the most interesting part. It's totally up to you what happens. Sure, it can be boring if you just lie on the couch and watch other people play, but try hard enough and your character could become really important. So you need to put the work in if you want it to be an interesting experience. But there are lots of cool things in other adventure games that are missing from this one. For example, fast travel. Imagine what it would be like if we had this option. You wake up tired, but you have to go to work. Just go over to the portal and select the right location. Boom! You're already there! I think it's definitely time someone invented this. And we could sure use some cheat codes as well. Of course, no one likes a cheater on the server, but imagine how cool it would be. Don't have enough money? Just type in the cheat and watch the numbers in your bank account double. Feeling sick? Don't waste your health potion, just use the cheat and your health bar is full again. But I've got to admit, playing it life like this would become boring. Imagining life as a video game helps us understand it a lot. A lot of what we do is about setting small tasks and looking for ways to accomplish them. With rewards and experience, you move on to more challenging quests. Your skills, gold, and health bars aren't infinite though, and you need to manage your resources carefully to reach the next level. Some people think that computer games can be really harmful. They say that gamers spend too much time in their virtual worlds and forget about reality. But there are actually a lot of benefits from playing games from time to time. Many of them are designed in the same way as our real lives, and they have plenty of features that teach us useful things. Games always reward us for our hard work. Playing a game from start to finish and making all that progress along the way can help you understand that it takes time and energy to get what you want. Hard work always pays off. Another useful thing that games provide is communication. Hundreds of millions of people play online games that bring them together in groups and teams. They have to achieve cohesion and use good teamwork to pass through a dungeon or win a match. Competitive games can help people learn to communicate and make compromises. And although it's all just for fun, this is exactly what we have to learn to do in real life as well. Only instead of a dungeon with a scary monster, we have to survive a day at the office with an angry boss. And one more thing. It's been proven that a person's strategic thinking and decision-making can improve when they play video games. In one experiment, a group of 50 young adults who had never played games before were asked to play an action game for 50 hours. Another group played a slow strategy game. The results showed that the action game helped to improve the young people's perception of visual information. Their decision-making skills also improved. This was thanks to the fast pace of the action game. In these kind of games, a large number of events happen one after another, forcing the player to act and make decisions. This can have an effect on people's real lives.